And two, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Yellow, I go little lady. Shit.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yellow.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 27, Mahomes being chased out left. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yellow. I'm coming after you.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Yellow. I go little lady. Bring it. Hey, 43, 15.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing now is Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Rashaan Melvin that time able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He sets to fire. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Kill. 43.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And an alley to run. and avoids the contact by sliding. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And some room to work. A big-time run there by Anderson. 63 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Check three. Hey, motion. 59. Hey, my 7. Line 54.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. That's caught left side by Hardman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Attack! Team! Easy!
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Yellow. Angelani. Check 43. Attack. 15. Get him. Bang. Yellow.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes flush to his right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
4 down. Undercut. Twink and dribble in. Check 4.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the 31, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Check 24. Check.
So they will go for it. Stafford. And James has it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. A first down carry here for Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety depth.
Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
43. 51 the mic, boy. 51. It's our field.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. sack back at the 46. Trey Flowers. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Mahomes to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Detroit getting set to go now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That good for 22 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They give it to Anderson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Chris Jones on the stop.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
And it's getting them holes. 32. 15. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now it's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Delta. Right there.
Stafford on 1st down. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Yellow. Watch out. 15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here, don't end up in the end zone, ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Jesse James. Incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Check it Sunday. 36.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
Here we go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The 3rd quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Red. Mike's 50.
To throw is Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Set. Blue 60.
First down.
Rip left.
1st and 10.
Like 7.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, 54. Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go. Bravo. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Here's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. 22 yards there, a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, Stafford here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Rush in, rush in, rush in. General West.
Here's Anderson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. That last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd down.
Set, lady. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm scared. Like 7. Right there. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Now Stafford. Got a man. It's Amendola. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Amendola had it and lost it, and it's 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Waiting. 54. It's going to be a long...
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along. And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And shutting him off. Now open field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Alert! He don't want it. Check.
Stafford. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. 59! 59! I'm coming after you. Shoot! Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Again, it's Stafford. Big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, orbit. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 11. Hey, middle. 50. 50's a Mike, 50's a Mike. You ain't doing nothing today. 59. Kill.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.